What's going on, folks? So, Dana White Contender Series Season 6, Week 6 has just concluded. I want to go ahead and break down the results and talk about who got a contract. So, let's start off with the first fight. It was a featherweight fight. Blake Builder, he defeated Alex Morgan. And this was a very, very short fight. In the first round, 3 minutes and 15 seconds, Blake Builder, within that time frame, he was able to land a straight right hand. He found the opportunity to get a submission. He jumped onto the back of Alex Morgan, locked up a rear naked choke. Alex Morgan gave a fight, but Blake Builder, he pretty much just handled his business and got the first round submission win. And he did secure a UFC contract. And the second fight was a very, very interesting fight between Victoria Dudakova and Maria Silva. Maria Silva was a heavy, heavy favorite. She fought in season 5 of the Dana White Contender Series. I believe she did win that fight, but Dana White said he wanted to see more from her. And Victoria Dudakova, this was her first fight in the Contender Series. I believe she was 5-0 coming into this fight. And she's a former swimmer. And I was trying to figure out what was the correlation of them bringing this in. But hey, it's a feather in the cap. She was on the Russian national team for swimming. Cool for her. I figured maybe she'd have great cardio. And she's also a fan of Ronda Rousey, the judo fighter, Hall of Fame fighter for the UFC. And for Victoria, that proved to be enough. In this fight, it was really a ground game fight. Victoria, she got the early takedown, and even though she wasn't able to pass the guard, she was in full control. I don't recall seeing a lot of damage being landed by Victoria Dudakova. So, for me, I'm all about grappling and getting the takedowns. And I believe that with time and coaching and the Performance Institute and nutrition, when all those things come together, and coaching, of course, that's something that can be taught. If you're getting yourself in great position, all you gotta do is just find the shots to land. So this is someone that maybe could be a champion in 3, 4, 5, 6 years down the line. But Victoria Dudakova, in round 1, she got the ground control. The interesting part was in round 2, Maria Silva got the top control, and I thought that was going to be all that she needed. Round 1, I thought maybe was a fluke, and Maria Silva was going to just dominate round 2. And then in round 3, leading into round 3, Dudakova had like a leg injury. The doctor had to come in and make sure that she was good to go. So I was sure Maria Silva had this in the bag. But somehow, Victoria was able to get a second takedown and finish the whole fight on top. She did a little bit better. I think she got side control. Still not a lot of damage landed, but the fundamentals are there. And if you're holding fighters down for like a whole excess of 10 minutes, which she did, that's impressive, especially someone who's coming off a victory and is considered to be UFC talent. So I would expect to see Maria Silva, even though she did lose. I'm pretty sure I'll see her in a fight. And we'll just see how it goes, Hats off to both ladies. Victoria Dudakova, she did end up getting a UFC contract also. Leading into the lightweight fight between Matsu Rebecki and Rodrigo Lito. This fight was I knew this fight was going to be a highlight trailer type of fight. Rodrigo Lito, he's a tall lightweight fighter, and Rebecki, he's a wrestler. He came from Joanna Jędrzejczyk's camp, and she said he's a star. So going into the fight, didn't really know what to expect. This fight didn't make it out of round 1. Lito started off with like a strong head kick, landed a head kick right to the dome of Rebecki. Rebecki fought through the head kick, landing on his head. He was determined to get a double leg takedown. After eating the head kick, and as he got to the legs of Lito, he ate a knee to the chin, and that was not enough to deter him. He secured the takedown. He secured the legs, picked up Lito, who's a tall fighter, slammed him down, and ended up getting a rear naked choke. So he made short work of it. He actually finished the fight in the first round in 3 minutes and 5 seconds. So about 10 seconds faster than the featherweights did, Blake Builder. Very, very interesting. Again, I think either one of these fighters could be in the UFC, but I didn't see enough to properly judge that. I mean, clearly, Rodrigo has to work on his ground game, but I think again, Rebeski was probably just so dominant that he's a short, stocky guy, thick neck type, short arms. So when he gets a choke on you, it doesn't take much. But when the fights don't go out of round one, it's just so hard to gauge the potential of fighters. And we're always looking for fighters that we can rally behind and watch their career blossom and things like that. But going into the middleweight fight, Cedric Dumas versus Matej Peñas, this fight was just amazing. There's no other way to put that. Matej Peñas, I believe he has over 20 fights in combat sports altogether. And Cedric Dumas, this is a guy who has only been training MMA for maybe 4.5 years. But to his credit, he studied the Brazilian jiu-jitsu game and the wrestling game, and his hands apparently were already there. I mean, he looked like a well-rounded fighter for a young fighter. He was able to land a body punch, then a left hook, and somehow he ended up getting a standing guillotine choke. It was pretty quick. The whole fight only lasted 47 seconds. So this is a fighter that was not supposed to do that well. I don't know if he was a favorite. I don't know what the whole odds were. But when you talk about a fighter only fighting for 4.5 years going against someone who has over 20 combat sports fights, you think that maybe the other guy's gonna knock him out, but that wasn't the case. Cedric Dumas, he won the fight for the middleweight class, and big things are expected of him. I saw on Twitter, one of the guys from MMA Junkie said that besides Bo Nickel, Cedric Dumas has the biggest star potential from anyone on the Dana White Contender Series. So that's a big compliment from Nolan King, actually. And in the final, the main event, two young prospects, I believe they're between the ages of 20 and 22. This fight went to the third round, but from round 1 to round 3, they were exchanging blows. Yusaku Kinoshita versus Jose Henrique. They were exchanging blows and throwing punches and combinations that would knock out the average man. And when I saw that, I said, oh, okay, I still wasn't thinking much of the fight. I was pretty much just, watching everything unfold. And as the fight got to the third round, I was thinking, this was a very, very technical, tough fight, strong punches, and a lot of confidence from both fighters. And I said, these dudes are just tough. I mean, that's the only way to put it. And then came the knockout. Yusaku Kinoshita, he got the knockout victory, and he's a star too. He's a star. I believe since he won the fight and he earned a UFC contract, he is the first star from Japan to win a UFC contract off the Dana White Contender Series. So there's big things expected for him. He's in the welterweight class, and he has a 100% finish rate. He's now 6-1, and they said the one loss that he has, he was actually winning the fight, but he was in an organization where the rules are a little bit different, so you can land like kicks to a downed opponent. But he made a mistake of grabbing the fence, so he somehow ended up losing the fight because he grabbed the fence. So yeah, he's supposed to be that guy to watch. And so with that being said, we got 5 fights, 5 contracts handed out on the Dana White Contender Series, season 6, week 6. So I'll be sure to keep up with these fighters and see how their careers develop, man. I think it'll be a pretty interesting story. Anyway, that's it for this segment. Hope you enjoyed it. Check out some of my other videos if you like.